you might not get the result that you want, but I think you always get the result that's best for you.
Yes.
And at my point in life, there's a lot of people encouraging me to, think about my future. I'm thinking about my future. I'm encouraging myself to do that as well. But one thing I'm being very cautious of is trying not to plan too far in the future because I don't know where life's going to lead me. I think the best thing to do is follow your current interests and doors will open and the right doors will open and you'll get to choose where you want to go. Having a direction but not a set path, I think is has proved really important so far in my life. And obviously, I don't have too much experience there, but that's the way I'm trying to live moving forward.
It's interesting. You can't be afraid to ask for what you want, and also don't be afraid to ask for help. I think are two really important points for anybody that's going through a challenge or you're trying to do something new. A lot of people try to do this stuff on their own. And it's everything, whatever your goal, dream, hope, or desire is, and we sit there and we think that we're alone in that process. And we often unilaterally make a decision that the people in my life can't help me because they don't know what I'm doing. They don't know what I'm going through. They don't know my experience. And so we kind of push them away and we don't allow them into the process of what we're doing and what we're building, or just allow them to be there with us through that process because somehow they just don't understand. And I think it's important to allow those people in to support you through the process as much as they can. And look, if people aren't supporting you, then you let them know, okay, that's great. You're going to limit your time with those types of people because it's easier to drag someone down than it is to help lift them up. So I would say make sure that you ask for help and don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Be clear on that.
Yeah, that's a hard line to draw, I think. People are so, people want to be independent. Um, and then the very independent people, they struggle to ask for the help. And then the people that I've observed, the people that ask for help a lot, they struggle to be independent and go after what they want. Yeah, and the combination of those two is such a recipe for success.
I think I'm laughing because I just went through this where I've had to ask for help. I had an expectation, right? And expectations can often be premeditated resentments. Not my saying, that belongs to somebody else. But you find yourself in this place of, well, I created this, I built this, I did this. Nobody else did. I did. And so I want to be the one to reap the total reward of all of this, whatever that is, whatever I create, whatever I build off of this. Like, I want to be the one to say that, well, I transitioned this into something much bigger. But then you begin to realize that there are some limits to your skill sets and your abilities, or even your own thought process. And you need that third party perspective to come in and shine a light on some of the things that you're doing that you could be doing differently, that you could be doing better. Or, maybe again, there's skills that you need to learn that you just don't know. You don't know what you don't know. But you have this thought process that I have to be the one to do it, and this expectation that I'm going to bring this home. And it just goes back to the ability to ask for help will cut the amount of time that it's going to take you to grow and achieve that goal. And if you keep going alone on your own path, it's going to take as long as it takes because you're never going to really allow yourself to change. You're going to stick to what you're doing.
Yeah. So how do you help people figure out how they can ask for help more? Because that is such a hard thing to do, to ask for help when you feel like this is me, I'm in this alone. How do you convince people, no, you're going to go further, faster with help from other people?
You can't, unfortunately. You'll hear me talk about this a lot. You have to hit your pain threshold plus one more step, and that's usually when change begins to happen. And you'll see this in relationships. People really want to change. I have to fix and change the other person. If I can change you, then I can feel good about myself. I can feel good about this situation. I can feel good about the relationship. I need to mold you or shape you into who I need you to be for me. I have to get you to be something different than who you are. And it's like, okay, well, you're not accepting who this person is as they are. So what makes you think that this is going to be a relationship that's going to be successful in the long term for you? And what are you calling this? Do you call that love? Because I don't think trying to change somebody is love. It's attachment. It's insecure attachment. And you're trying to get a need met through this person. But I don't know that that's love. It's your form of love that you know. It's what's normal for you and what's familiar. And so to get somebody to change, they have to get to this place where they hit the unfamiliar. You know, you can live in this familiar pain. It's that mental prison that I talked about in that quote that you mentioned. And you live in this space and you get really good at it because it's so familiar. It's chaotic, it's unfortunate, it's difficult, it's challenging, but it's mine. And I lived there. I've lived there my whole life. It's my home. And you'll hear other people talk about that, right? Where you'll see a lot of the gym bros talk about, like, it's where I live. Okay. It's like, okay. But you don't have to have the hoodie up, sad music in the background, you know, just like beating yourself up at the gym. I mean, beat yourself up at the gym. That's a good thing. We like people to be healthy. But at the same time, from a mental health, physical, mental, emotional standpoint, you don't have to live in that prison. But in order to get out of that, it usually takes you hitting like your rock bottom plus a little bit more in order for you to start making those changes in your life. So to get somebody to do something, probably not going to happen. But what you can do is you can model it. So if you want a particular change, you can become the change that you want to see. And I think that's significantly more difficult for a lot of people because, well, no, you need to change. You need to be different because that just makes sense to me. I'm not going to change because I'm good where I am. It's usually how that goes.
You just finished watching a clip of the Grateful Podcast episode with Jason Smith, host of the Blueprint Podcast. If you enjoyed this, I guarantee that you will love the full episode right here. Why haven't you clicked it yet? Come on. It's right there. You're going to love it.